Hello Aries, welcome to my channel Love It or More. This is going to be your December 2022 reading in Sun, Moon and Rising. I've changed the setup a bit and you get to see my face, so I hope that's all right. We'll start off with a sound bowl for 20 seconds just to tune into the energy, and then we will dive right in. So if you'd like to take a nice breath in and exhale. Okay, Aries, let us see what December has in store for you. Now, if I remember correctly, the November reading was pretty positive. I think we had the best reading for you that I've ever done. Okay, and we're doing a slightly different setup. We're doing 3 rows. I'll cut the deck. We're looking at love, wealth, and health. Or rather, love, health, and wealth, in that order, rather. Okay. Let's go straight in. Okay. In the area of love for December, we have love. Excellent. Okay. Oneness, interconnectedness, equal give and take. Under health, we have the Empress, so taking charge, perhaps informing some sort of strategy with regards to your health situation. And then under wealth, we have strength. Okay. Very much a Leo energy. We have 3 lines in all 3 areas. Okay, when we think about lines, we think about the a lion's heart, we think about pride, we think about strength, we think about courage. Look at all of those lions. You've got the lions ruling you. So some of you might definitely also be dealing with a Leo, but a lot of fire energy for sure. Okay, let us go a little bit deeper. Okay, so Aries, please, December 2022. Okay. Under love, we have 4 of Cups. In your health department, we've got 2 of Pentacles. Under strength, we have 5 of Swords. Under the 4 of Cups, we have the Magician. Under the 2 of Pentacles, we have the King of Cups. Under the 5 of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords. And then under the Magician in your love department, we have the 8 of Wands. Oh, very nice. Successful. Very successful. Under the King of Cups, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So definitely a new regime, a new start with regards to your health. And under the 9 of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, needing to stand in your power, speak your truth. Okay, let's have a look here. So in the love department, we've definitely got some sort of offer coming in for you, but it depends with you whether you take it or not. Now, I love this card of love because it really does talk about interconnectedness. Now, originally it could be from the Lover's card, which may talk about a choice. So the choice could be whether you take that 4th cup that's been offered to you. The man is on an island all by himself. Okay, no man is an island, but he's pretty bored, pretty complacent. Yet if he's too snoozy, he doesn't see what's arriving for him in the distance. I do think that you are going to see it because we've got the Magician coming up, which is your manifesting energy. And then we've got quick, fast succession and victory. So I think things are changing up for you with regards to love. Now, it can be romantic love, it can be friendship, family, or even a business partner. But this is something, it feels like it's been offered towards you, but it doesn't feel like it's brand new yet, although we will clarify. So let us look at the 4 of Cups, please, for Aries. Thank you. We've got the Six of Cups over there, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. All right. Okay, so as it relates to love, there seems to be some sort of, I think we will be going into Mercury retrograde as well fairly soon. So it's usually a time of year or a cosmic pathway where you tend to have blasts from the past. All right. Seems to me that there might be something from the past coming back in, giving you an offer, and you're really sitting in your Queen of Pentacles choice. You're really kind of looking at your pentacle, your one single pentacle as it relates to how you handle things, what resources you have. And I feel like you're taking this, looking at this fourth cup that's been offered to you, something from the past, and you're kind of going, do I need it or don't I? Is this going to improve my environment? Is it going to improve my lifestyle? Is it going to improve my situation or not? And I feel like you're toying with it because of that Seven of Cups there. So you're starting to see it from many different options, many different perspectives. Now, this could be something that is not directly arriving towards you itself, but it's like in your sphere, in your close connections. And it feels an area of nostalgia, because both the Six of Cups and the Seven of Cups have this dreamlike quality to it. Okay, the Six of Cups is lovely. Again, it's talking about that six, that love card, equal give and exchange on the emotional, the heart space. So I do feel like you're kind of toying with, it feels like you're starting to see the possibilities out there more as it relates to filling up your cup, your heart of love. But you really are kind of scrutinizing it in a very logical, practical sense of like, is this going to empower me? Does this improve my situation? Am I ready to take this on? Am I ready to take this back? Okay, let's look at what you are manifesting with Magician, because I feel like you have actually called this in from the universe. But now that it's arrived, you're kind of going, you know how there in manifestation, there's always a bit of a lag, there's always a bit of a delay. So you send out thoughts and desires out into the universe. And because we live in 3D, it's things take much slower to reach our reality. And when they do, sometimes it's a case of like, yeah, I don't know, maybe I've changed my mind. Maybe I don't want that anymore. So as something comes in, it seems like something from the past that has a nostalgic or dreamlike quality to it. And it could even be like an idea, a project that you want to do, but it filled up your heart space, you know, something that really kind of filled up your emotional body. And I feel like you're kind of trying to have a very practical think about it. Is this going to move me forward? Now with the Magician, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so what you are actually manifesting at this time is independence and feeling a bit more kind of self-assertive and in charge of your heart, in charge of the like the social situations that you go out to, interconnection, the kind of group events that you go to, seeing friends, seeing family, seeing partners. And I feel like you're taking a bit more time for yourself now, which I quite like, because you're finding that inner self-love as it relates to actually in a very sort of practical sense. And so some of you might be receiving a gesture from someone from the past, a love interest returning back into your life, and you're kind of toying with it a little bit, but you're like, nah, does it really do it for me? I'm not so sure. And then, but ultimately what you're doing is you're standing in your own independence. So for some of you, you're gonna kind of go, you know what, I don't think I want that anymore. And then for others of you, you're going to go, okay, well maybe, but actually I need to make sure that I'm good within me. I'm going to make sure that my sense of independence is strong, because I've got a direction that I'm moving in. And I need to know that whatever I take on board on an emotional sense is going to fall in line with my independence. That will enable me to still feel the freedom to do what it is I need to do, but still embrace it. So there's definitely a kind of a powering up in terms of being sort of self-assured and assertive, I'm feeling. Let's look at the Eight of Wands, please. Why is the Eight of Wands here, please, for Aries? What is this victory, this quick succession? Because it could be a lot of communication backwards and forwards with this Eight of Wands. Whoa. We'll take those. I will take this as well. Okay, there's a load of cards here. We have we have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and Temperance. We'll take them all. We'll take them all. There we go. We have the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, we got more. And then we've got the King of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Okay. It feels to me like there's a wish fulfillment definitely coming in with regards to this Ace of Cups, new love coming in, and the Nine of Cups is what you're actually dreaming for and wanting for. But I don't feel like you are taking it straight away. And this is what the Four of Cups is kind of talking about with those clarifying cards and the Magician with that Nine of Pentacles. It's like something is offered to you, a brand new start in love, something that really fills you up, really excellent. It's divine timing in this. It's a turnaround because of that Temperance card. But it feels like you are definitely weighing things up. You're kind of going, okay, well, this is my wish fulfillment, but if I want this, I need to make sure that I am going to embrace it with where no one else is involved. So for example, if you've been in a situation where there has been a return of a love interest that you previously said goodbye to, it could be that people around you, friends and family, are kind of going, oh, what are you doing? Why are you giving this another start? And so there could be a little bit of conflict arising or tension arising in that department, and it could also be causing you to kind of question yourself in your heart. But I do feel like you're standing up for yourself. You are defending your position. You are kind of with that Seven of Wands there. And the King of Swords is basically taking a lot of looking at the facts and the figures. So if someone's coming towards you with an offering, I feel like you are not just taking it yay on any terms. I feel like you have conditions. Okay, the conditions is the King of Swords, looking at the facts and the figures, you have the wisdom now to know how you want to move forward, because you want to be that Nine of Pentacles. You want to be a strong, independent person. So anything you take on board in as a new sort of emotional new beginning, right, a new heartfelt beginning, you want to make sure that it ties in with you, not the other way around. Okay, so I do feel for some of you, you may be tempted not to tell many people about it. Okay, and I feel like you're kind of just testing the waters. You're just testing the waters. It does have quite a lot of long-term it does have a sense of permanence to this with this Ten of Pentacles. And for some of you, this could be a situation that's involving the family as well. So there's something that's starting up for you. You are hoping for it. You are dreaming for it. But now that it arrives into your arena, you are really kind of giving it a second look. You're making sure, you're looking at all the details, kind of going, does this really suit me? Is this really going to empower me? Is this going to improve my situation? Does this make me feel better about who I am? And that and while there may be quite a lot of conflict backwards and forwards, I do feel like it's serving you. Now for others of you, it's a situation where something you've almost been kind of longing for but not actually doing much about, where you're sort of hoping for an element of some good news coming in as it relates, I feel, maybe to, it affects you in the heart space, but like news-wise, news of something you've been waiting for, something you've been working hard for. And I feel like it's going to be favorable for you, and it's going to enable you to put a little bit of money aside as well. I know that's the wealth department there, but it's just sort of coming in. It's something that you've been hoping for, dreaming about. Now it arrives, you're not quite sure. Okay, so you're giving it that second glance. I do still believe that it's very favorable, it's very victorious, and I feel like it's very fast. Okay, so it may be that it's a bit so fast that you want to kind of go, whoa, let's put the brakes down on this a little bit. I don't want to jump the gun here, okay, because I feel like you are really enjoying your sense of independence and sense of self-respect. Okay, now let's look at the health department. So the health obviously depicts your spiritual health, your physical health, your emotional health, and your mental health. All right, we'll see where that's going for you. We've got a bit of a juggling act coming on, but I do feel like you are stepping up. You are taking charge. Long term, it's almost like you. It's been a bit of a balancing act, a juggling act to kind of keep sort of the balance. I feel like you've been working really, really hard and perhaps not giving yourself enough time to rest. So if this feels more like a situation with that Two of Pentacles of playing hard and working hard, but the rest factor and the relaxation factor is kind of been shoved under the carpet a bit. We've got the King of Cups, so we've got this nice sort of soft kind of gentle. I feel like you're in this sense of you're welling up with your emotions in the degree of wisdom. And I feel like you're because we've got a lot of water here, especially with all that rain. So it could be that you're so tired, you reach those points of, when you're so tired, you just burst into tears. That could be happening for you. But also, I do feel like you're being a little bit stretched. You're stretching yourself a little bit too thin at the moment. And so that's why the Emperor's come in to take charge. That's the energy that you were embracing in December, to kind of go, okay, what do I need to do to find more balance? He's carrying, I don't know if you can see that, but over there he's got a sword, okay? So it may be that you're cutting things out of your regime, this just feels like more like your routine, your rituals for the day, the daily things that you have to, the grind of the things. And I feel like you're a bit stretched thin at the moment. And then you come into that place of, okay, well, now I need to actually, if I want to carry on this way and burn myself out, then that's that. But to avoid that, I think I need to implement a very strategic plan. And with Ace of Pentacles, there's a physical change that you'll be doing. So this is either starting a gym, getting a haircut. It does feel more like it's a physical thing that you're doing. So something either health, exercise related, or food. But I'm feeling more exercise rather than food, even though my tummy just rumbled. That's funny. Okay, so why are you stretched so thin here? Okay, I think you're just very tired. So you have to change you have to change your routine somehow. Okay, Two of Pentacles, please. Why is it Two of Pentacles here, please? It's like you've been in a state of mastery as well with regards to work. And sometimes work involves play, but it's like play that's involving work for work. When you do kind of social events with business partners or colleagues and things like that. And it feels to me, because if you have a look, there's two little ducks in the background. And if you think about ducks in water, they're very serene on the surface, but underneath their feet are going mental. So it does feel like on the outside, everyone is seeing you very kind of calm and collected and got your stuff together, right? Your SHIT together. But underneath, you're like, oh God, I'm really at my limit here. Also with the Two of Pentacles, this is a gymnast, okay? And he's already won 2 gold medals. So he's worked really, really hard to reach that level, okay? He has mastered something. So it does feel like work is affecting your health at the moment, in terms of like you've been quite busy, you're stretching yourself, and it's good, but you may need to implement some sort of de-stress for the month. And I know we can apply that to sort of any month and say that any day of the year, but I'm feeling like you're reaching that point of like, okay, well, let me go in now, because unless I de-stress, find ways to sort of channel and purge and exorcise that stress that I've been under. And it doesn't have to be too much mental stress, it's just like there isn't enough hours in the day, I feel like that's going to put you into your emotional body, and then you're going to kind of go, okay, right, I need to, unless I burst out crying because I'm so damn tired, then I need to actually implement something that is going to help reduce it's just fast-paced, in order to relax. It's like you have to do something in order to relax, but you have to be very clear about it and very strategic about it. Two of Pentacles, please, can we clarify? Thank you. We've got a lot of root chakra here as well with if you see the red coming out, Root chakra is all about feeling protected. So it may be a very good idea to ground yourself as much as possible, because I feel like everything is it's either emotional, very fluid, everything's happening and flowing so fast, or you feel kind of that your feet aren't on the ground at the moment. Okay, so grounding yourself would be a very useful thing. Now with the Two of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you're basically cheating yourself by forcing things too much. Okay, so Seven of Swords is kind of like a line cheating, stealing kind of vibe, although it does have multiple meanings. Knight of Swords is kind of forcing energy, forcing communication, forcing things. And so I feel like you are really kind of stretched. And I feel if you continue this way, you're just cheating yourself of the performance level that you can actually deliver if you're more well rested, more balanced, and more grounded. King of Cups, please, can we clarify? Why is the King of Cups here, please? Thank you. Six of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. There we go. Your fortune is changing now in terms of your health. Okay, so if you have a look at this card over here, the King of Cups over there, there's a mermaid who is obviously part of the ship, but she's pointing in one direction. He is the King of Cups is in the boat. It is full of water. Okay, there's a storm behind him, but he's chilled, he's fine, he's got everything under control. Control. And that's the thing that you've been kind of emanating to the people around you. But it feels like where in the beginning you were cheating yourself a bit and kind of forcing it and outstretched. I feel like you're going to move into that King of Cups energy where you kind of go, okay, I'm just going to soften myself a little bit, not be so up in the air. And because he's also meditating, and I feel like you're changing it up as it relates to health. So you're starting to recognize where you have achieved great things, and now you have the moment to give yourself a moment's grace to sort of celebrate, to feel good about it. So it does feel like you're kind of, even though this could work in the space of wealth, because wealth would also talk about work, it feels to me that as it relates to your sense of health, you start the month very kind of pushed and under a lot of strain, and then you reach your goal, and that's when you get an opportunity just to kind of go, and then you sing it from the perspective of, oh wow, that actually took quite a lot of emotional. That was emotionally taxing for me. And that's why the Wheel of Fortune comes in, okay? Because you're switching from this kind of outstretched energy to kind of like, let's just do this, okay? So both cards are one is very forceful, one's very kind of, I'm going to settle in now, okay? And it feels to me that perhaps you're doing that because you've completed a project. You've completed an assignment, you're being recognized, you're getting the rewards in, and that gives you a moment to kind of go, yes. And then as you do so, you kind of go, oh, well, now I need to make sure that I don't reach that point of stress level or exhaustion again. And that's why the Ace of Pentacles comes in, okay? Let's clarify the Ace of Pentacles, please. It's definitely a new exercise regime, and it could be as simple as doing Qigong at home via YouTube, It is something that's going to loosen. Oh, that wanted to jump up, but didn't. Right. Ace of Pentacles, please. Judgment. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and we have another one hiding here. And the Nine of Swords. Okay. So, pretty much exactly what I said. It's you're making that judgment call on how you can implement a new physical, because it's Pentacles, a physical change, okay? Practical change to your sense of health to avoid this sense of anxiety and stress and worry, sleepless nights. Okay, that's a kind of exhaustion energy I was feeling at the beginning of the month. Okay, so you're having to make a judgment call here. Makes a lot of sense because it's under the Emperor. Right, as you move into your wealth department, wealth talks about obviously your finances, your practicality, your property, your work, your motivation. It's looking to me like there is bit of a turn off. It's weird because in the beginning of the month, it's all kind of go, go, go for you. In the emotional department, you're sort of, and love department, you're still kind of weighing things up. But as it relates to health and wealth, it's a bit of a sort of tricky energy. When we move to the end of the month, you're finding your groove again. You're finding you're rebalancing, because not only in the love department, you're kind of making sure that this works for you, okay, and not just sort of making sure that everyone's else, okay, you're kind of really making sure that it suits you and it's worth it. Your health department, you're stepping up, kind of going, no, I don't need to be at that level of stress or anxiety anymore. And it doesn't have to be full-on anxiety or panic attacks. It's just that you recognize, having looked back over the month, yes, you achieved something, but did the achievement warrant kind of all those late nights, warrant all the stress that comes with it? So again, you're starting to kind of really weigh up. You really are weighing things up by the end of the month, and you're kind of going, was that worth it? Was that worth it? You're sort of just having a real good think about that. And then with the with the wealth department, we are now looking, it's kind of the same area where it's a little bit tricky in the beginning, and then you're weighing it up and you're being true to yourself. We've got the Five of Swords here, which is kind of like that winning at all costs, which is kind of, again, the energy that I was feeling here with the Two of Pentacles, okay? Being quite outstretched. So it's almost like, it doesn't feel like it's related really necessarily to anybody else. I think this is just your energy, where you're kind of going, if I just push through, if I just push through, if I just push through, I'll make it happen. But it may be at the expense of your health. It may be at the expense of your good sleep time, right? Or at the expense of not being able to see friends or family. So it's definitely pushing in the direction of focus and drive, okay? That fire energy there. But because it's under the Strength card, it's like, it's just taking all your strength, really. And so that's how the start of the month is happening for you. Then you move into that point of that Nine of Swords, where again, we've got that a little bit of that anxiety where we had before, where you were in your health department, you were weighing up, was this really worth all the stress that was involved? And there you have it. So it is happening in your work department. And then we've got the Queen of Swords. So I really love this energy. You move into the space of, okay, enough's enough. Enough's enough. You're now clear with your thoughts. You've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords now. Okay, so you've got that kind of royal court couple, but you're embracing both of those energies of like, let's remove all the emotional stuff, all the illusions, all the physical stuff even. Well, let's just look at the facts. Let's look at the mental body and the facts, okay, with the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords decides to be very true to herself, okay? She says she's not going to mince her words, and she's going to say, okay, well, this is what I really need, okay? So let's look at the Five of Swords, please. Can we clarify this Five of Swords? Juggling act again. So it's pretty much exactly what I said. It's the same card, all right? So you are... you've just basically, in the work department, you've just been pushing through, but the question's at what cost, okay? At what cost is it to you? Because, I mean, this bull is bleeding, okay? And maybe that is something where you are, I feel like at the end of the month, you're coming into realization, yeah, was it really worth it? Same in the emotional part, was it really worth it, you know? Okay, let's look at the Nine of Swords, please. Can we clarify the Nine of Swords? What are you worried about? What are you stressed about here, Aries? Thank you. The Magician. Oh, bless you. You're stressed about, because we got the Magician again. So even for that card to come up is a really positive sign. But you're a bit anxious about, but can I actually make this happen? So whatever work situation that you've got, and it could also relate to, I'm feeling more, the work that you do, the projects that you're on, the business that you own, the department that you work in, whichever way it relates to you, it feels like there's something that you desperately want to make happen. And money is like almost the sideline. Yes, you can be a little bit stressed about money, but it almost seems like a secondary aspect to it. Number one for you is you've been kind of concerned and worried and stressed. Can I pull this off? Can I get through this? Okay, and there's stress to do with that. Can I go a little bit further, please? And that's what's causing, like taking a lot of internal strength from you. I feel very tired in the beginning of the month. It's gonna ease up though. Don't worry. What else for the Nine of Swords, please? Thank you. Yeah, King of Pentacles. So you're really, the reason why you're kind of, I just feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. The reason why you're putting so much pressure on yourself is you really are determined. It's a very determined energy with that Strength card and all these lions. Determined energy to set, if nothing else, just a very strong platform, foundation that's going to see you in the long term as it relates to finances and work and business. Okay, and it's like you want to return on all the hard work that you're doing, and so the focus is, it's almost like you've put so much pressure on yourself that one thing needs to really go the distance, and that's the thing that now the Magician's cards turn up, meaning that you probably can pull it off, but again, at what cost? And things do change. I mean, the King of Pentacles is a very permanent sign. He's also kind of can be a bit of a boss figure or a business owner. But I feel like that's the energy that you are embodying at the moment, where you're like, I've got to make this happen. I've got to make this happen. King of Pentacles is, generally speaking, a kind of earth sign who is very practical and grounded and gets things done, you know, physically. But it feels like you've been worried about it because it's almost like you're putting all your eggs in one basket. That's the sense that I'm getting. So again, it's that question of it's very stressful and all that stress is actually been depleting your energy, right? Sometimes we do a much better job when things just run smoothly, but obviously we can't always be in charge of those things. Let's look at the Queen of Swords, please. Can we clarify the Queen of Swords? Three of Pentacles. Okay, anything else, please? Okay. We have, there you're working hard, what did I say? Eight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Hangman. Okay, so by the end of the month, as it relates to whatever work that you've been doing that you've actually been quite stressed out about, that you've been kind of hoping and wishing and praying, and also a little bit, you know, kind of concerned, is it going to have that long-term result? Am I going to feel secure in this position? I'm so exhausted, do I have what it takes to kind of go the distance here? And then you reach that point of, okay, let me be true to myself, and I feel like for some of you that if you are kind of working in a business or in a company that's not your own, I do feel like you're going to speak to somebody, like maybe your boss figure, and just say, you know what, I just need a little bit of either time, or I need someone else to help me with this. I think they'll be very beneficial for you because it feels to me like you're taking the whole responsibility, and it feels like it should be shared. That's the energy I'm getting, and I feel like you're going to be very forthright about it. If it's your own business or your own project, I would say that it's going to teamwork makes the dream works, whatever that saying is. There's no I in team, that sort of thing. It feels like you are weighing things up with that Hangman over there, and you're calling in, or perhaps even getting information coming in about someone who can really help you. So I feel like you're starting to be, by the end of the month, you are really being true to yourself of what you are willing to expend in terms of your energy, your motivation, your time, your skill set, and what you need to keep for yourself. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for that. So we'll grab an oracle card to end off this reading before we go on to the extended. So let us see, what does Spirit have, what advice does Spirit have for Aries for December? Thank you. In a temple, tune into the portal of your heart. I hope you can see that because the sun's come up. Now this card is connected to this King of Cups right in the center of the reading. He is connected to the heart space, okay? there is only so much we can do in the mental body, in the physical body. It's like the heart basically finds us back into balance. When we get so stressed out and we get overtired, things tend to sort of shift into the headspace and it gets too difficult, but we need to kind of go back into the heart. Now the inner temple over here, I feel, is also talking about your body as your temple, and being a little bit more devoted to having a bit more respect over your energy levels, over your mental state, over all of that sort of stuff. It's basically saying, okay, slow down, come back to grounding sensations, do your meditations, do your groundwork, but find if you can weigh, Spirit is basically asking you to just treat yourself with a bit more care, okay? I do feel like you're naturally going to get there by the end of the month, but if you can do it sooner, perhaps you can relieve some of that stress. So that's all I have for you, Aries. I hope that it resonated. I'm going to be moving on to the extended now on Patreon. So we will be looking at this situation with regards to this love offer that's coming in for you. We're going to get a bit more advice, what you need to know with regards to your health from Spirit. And then we're going to look at the next, how this situation with this work stress is going to be paying off. Like, what's the next step after getting other people involved and helping relieve some of the stress. So if you are interested in that, and if this resonated with you, you can go to the description box below, click the link, and then watch your extended reading. For the rest of you, happy Christmas, have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.